To pray, there's no angels where I go, only pieces that are broken, scattered dreams across the floor. I'm home.
Alrighty, hello everybody. This is Kira's show here. Now, whenever we last left off, Superman was killed by Doomsday. There was a very bad battle in Metropolis. They were able to get out quite a lot of civilians, along with the ones in the area around the city. Midoriya did step into battle, along with Jiro, while the rest of the Lanterns tried to help out by taking down the Armada heading for Earth, out in outer space. Eventually, Bakugo was aware of the situation and tried to come in. Ida was not present. No. It was also revealed that Izuku Midoriya was still alive, and that Brendan Briers is him. Midoriya was, at least, looked at and seemed as a villain. However, with Batman defending him and explaining the situation, he was able to convince everyone to see it differently. The boy was a victim himself. However, since he's able to control the power now, he's trying to use it for good. Along with him explaining that Umbrax is destroyed from his mind, and will never have control again. Midoriya, he does at least feel this. It's not easy knowing that you could have stopped something, but even then you didn't have the power to do so. But before that, let's cut back to where our story began. The person on the beach, sitting down, as they at least just think, that is whenever it all started. That is whenever the Day of Heroes seemingly ended. The last time anything felt right. As they would get up and begin to walk away, heading somewhere else as they walk down the coastline, thinking, whenever that day came, the day Superman died, everything felt off. Nothing felt right. The beacon of hope disappeared, the shining light in the darkness. The Justice League has already lost Martian Manhunter, and losing Superman was another devastating blow. Two of their heavy hitters were out of the battle already, meaning they couldn't face what happened next. As they would just continue their thoughts, heading back onto the story. As Superman is buried and a monument is made for him. People are lighting candles and singing songs, along with shedding tears. Midoriya, however, he is up in the watchtower, and the rest of the League is trying to come up with ideas. Without Superman, things are going to be a lot more difficult. But they need to continue on. They need to push on. It needs to be business as usual, even though they have lost their ally. A lot of people are angry at this, but they do understand. They do have a bit of time to mourn, but they must continue on and push forwards. Now, with that, let us cut to Midoriya's room on the watchtower. Midoriya, he is just thinking, as he replays the events over and over again in his head. Doomsday seemingly just taking him out with one hit. And then, driving the spike through Superman. You can hear it clear as day. Everything being drowned out in the background. Him just hearing Superman's flesh tear, and then him scream. Before he just gets thrown to the ground, lifeless and not moving. These events repeating in his head over and over and over again. Before he gets snapped out of it by a knock on the door. He's being stuck on monitor duty. Along with that, he's also been trying to get his life back in order. The next following months would still be very difficult to understand. Everyone at least trying to move on. The world did stop for a moment, but it eventually started moving again. As today, Midoriya, he stopped wearing his bandages, and he stopped caring who saw his face. He still goes by the name Brendan Briers, and people are at least treating him like a hero. Since he did actually have an event today, where he was at Superman's memorial, paying his respects, he actually did have someone run up to him and hold up a photo. It being of whenever he was still just a red and green lantern, asking for his autograph, very, very shyly. They do look a bit scared though. Midoriya just bending down and asking the young man what his name is, as he would sign the paper. The boy giving his name, and Midoriya at least giving a bit of a smile, and the kid getting less scared. Midoriya actually calling him a little hero, as the kid would run up to his mom, who did at least look uneasy, before Midoriya would just look up at the woman and give her a small wave. The woman at least feeling a bit better about that. That man is actually a lot nicer than people, well, try and say he isn't. As Midoriya would hear something in the distance, and take off. It has been roughly 7 to 8 months since Superman died. And everyone has been working hard and pushing themselves. As you do have today's villain, Clayface. Clayface is working on trying to actually get something. He is working on getting money. He's finally found a doctor who will do the operation, who will try and make him human again, even attempting to do so. As you also do have some people in his rogue, well, the Flash's rogue gallery, with Clayface. You have Captain Cold, and other villains. I want to say that these are his metahuman villains. Now, all of them are trying to get money. Their abilities are very dangerous, and that, if not treated properly, they could become unstable one day. Metahumans becoming unstable used to be very bad. However, it became more treatable. That treatment, though, isn't 100%. It lowers the risk by 95% of instability. But there's still that chance. And sadly, the rogues have been having this happen. All of their abilities have seemingly gone haywire. And things have not been looking up for them. If their abilities do go haywire, they could possibly go nuclear and explode. That's being where Midoriya would step in. Him creating constructs and actually saying to the rogues that they need to stop and to turn around and give back the money. A lot of them just saying that that is not going to happen. Red Crimson. As now, more people would step out of the building, revealing themselves. You do have some of Batman's villains, like the actual Mr. Freeze. And you do have Wonder Woman's Cheetah. Along with, I want to say, no, that doesn't really work. Anyways, now, a lot of them would at least be trying to take down Red Crimson. Midoriya basically throwing up constructs all around the area, and trying to encase everyone inside of him. Basically making a protective cage to protect civilians. As another pro-hero would arrive, as she comes blasting in. Quite a lot of people watching as Burning Desire makes an appearance. This being Kyokajiro. I believe its name was Rulies01. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but those are actually some pretty good heroes to test. Those are actually some pretty good hero names. And Crimson Rose was like the second pick I had, and I flipped a coin for this. Anyways. Now, this is whenever they would begin the battle. Midoriya is taking on some of the rogues, the metahumans, while Jiro is trying to handle Clayface and Mr. Freeze. She at least knows that Clayface usually gets taken down by something cold, so she is trying to distract these two. Her actually blasting away at and trying to get Mr. Freeze's attention, as Clayface is basically growing in size and trying to get out of this area, smashing into and actually hitting the wall repeatedly. Well, you do have Midoriya. He's doing something differently. In fact, he's actually just moving around, staying in the air making constructs, blasting away at them with fear and love, along with rage, trying to get them to turn against each other. Now, while this battle is commencing, something else is happening. Something that's a bit weird. During the entire battle, they will just be trying to at least hold the villains off and take them down. They're trying to not go lethal with their abilities. As whenever Mr. Freeze finally goes to throw out his gun and fire directly at Midoriya, something would happen. The cage around them seemingly explodes, and the rogues and the villains are all taken down. In a manner within a second. This being very confusing. Midoriya looking around. A lot of the rogues are taken down and tied up in metal restraints. What? Him looking around and looking at Clayface, who is frozen solid in ice. Kinda confused. As he just is looking around. Before he does hear people chanting and actually looking up. Him and Jiro looking up to see Superman. That's not right. Wait, how is he alive? That doesn't make sense. Now, this is whenever these two would go flying up. Midoriya immediately just asking a question, how is he alive? Along with throwing out his hand to try and welcome back. Superman is looking down at this, and then looking back, before extending his hand outwards and shaking Midoriya's, telling him that it's quite complicated, but he'll try and explain later. For now, they need to talk with the rest of the league. Yeah, but, just welcome back, Superman. Now, this is where Midoriya would just do one thing. He would just look around and look for the cameras, and then just throw his hands up. This being amazing. Superman's back. It's not possible. Is it? No. He's Superman. He's done weirder things. Returning from the dead can't be a weird one. Now, with that being said, this is whenever things would go a bit more as usual. Them heading back to their school, changing into civilian clothing, and then heading home. The two heading to the dormitory they have on campus, and hanging out and talking more. Quite a lot of people do at least try and ask if it was true. The rumor they've heard, along with the picture they have. Midori just saying, yes, yes, it was true. Superman's back. Quite a lot of people getting stoked, and really, really happy and excited. We will cut back over to Metropolis. Or at least, Superman in Metropolis. He is flying around, and just observing the city, listening in on things, and actually trying to find Lois, who would have immediately tried to contact him, trying to talk with him and get in to see him. Eventually, Superboy also arriving. Everyone meeting and seeing Superman, along with Kara. She's been having a lot of difficulty trying to stay calm without her cousin. She was handling business somewhere else. In fact, she was returning a city to another planet, dealing with some of Brainiac's shenanigans out in outer space. Now, with that being said, you also do have, well, Batman, who does want to welcome Superman back, eventually arriving, as you basically do have Lois hugging him, along with Kara and actually Superboy, who's just asking him exactly what happened to him. Now, Superman was just going explaining exactly what happened to him. He was buried, yes, but a couple days later, he woke up in his coffin. He was weakened, but he was able to break out. Eventually, he did have to make his way over to the Fortress of Solitude. Along the way, something picked him up, and he was able to arrive. He's been trying to recover his strength physically since he's been gone. While he was dead, allegedly, he's been trying to at least recover. His wounds, they still do kind of hurt though. Him just bringing his hand over his heart, saying that it isn't really hard to forget. Now, with that being said, let us cut back over to I was going to say UA. Let's get back over to, well, Midoriya. I'm not really sure what to call his high school. Anyways. Him and Jiro are just hanging out and chilling on the couch. They've gotten done with their patrols for the day, so they should just be able to sit down and relax for a while. Now, as they're watching TV, there would be a bit of breaking news. Superman has returned, but in bulk. Not only is there one Superman, as it would just show the screen, as it would show all four of them side by side. The original, one with a visor, one completely in a metal suit, and a younger version of Superman. Saying that all four of these people claim to be Superman, and they all do bear the symbol. One of them we know for sure is at least Kryptonian. The other two, however, what about them? Basically having a bit of a odd day. Midori isn't really too sure what to make of this. as they get the backstory on most of them. One of them seems to act more like a vigilante, taking on the threat, then running off. One of them keeps their distance, and tries to make sure to take threats down, only using his heat vision. The young one, well, he seems like an arrogant, cocky prick. That's about it. While the original one at least does run the battle, and try and defend people. So he at least thinks he knows which one is real. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed. And I believe that will be a good part to leave it off of. And have an amazing day. Catch you guys in the next part.